He claims that he had anything to do with Roe versus Wade, but he didn't, because Mitch McConnell in 2016 is the one who, using the Senate, Mitch McConnell did again use the Senate to push again, and it really just hits it for me as the young girls. And I'm sorry, but if you think that some of us who voted for Trump don't care about women's bodies, some of us are really concerned about the fact that every single young girl who's going through some sort of body angst because they're developing is getting funneled into this whole entire, well, you must be some sort of trans. And instead of people get, seems nowadays, unless you do stuff real quick and keep it real short, people can't follow you unless you're scaring the shit out of them. So everybody keeps saying that everybody who voted for Trump hates women's reproductive rights. So I voted for Trump. The first question I have is, since trans women are women and reproductive rights for women is what's on the table here, did I vote against my own interests, or are we just now finally understanding that there's a difference between women like me and women with hoo-has? The next question is if you're sitting there thinking how stupid Trump is, blah, 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 do you really think that of all the different potential judges in the country, he had any say in picking Kavanaugh or Amy? Nah, he didn't. He was told to pick those two people. He claims that he had anything to do with Roe versus Wade, but he didn't, because Mitch McConnell in 2016 is the one who, using the Senate, stopped Obama from putting up his pick. And then in 2020, when he should have played the same game, Mitch McConnell did again use the Senate to push again and get Amy or whatever. I might have the order of those two mixed up, but either way, it's Mitch McConnell. I don't know why Trump keeps claiming that he had anything to do with the Roe versus Wade overturn, because Judge Alito is the one who initiated the whole entire thing. None of these people had anything to do at all with Trump. He picked them. He picked them because he was told to, and Mitch McConnell, Mitch McConnell, droopy dog, Mitch McConnell, he's the one who fucked y'all over. Now, as we move into the whole entire I must not respect women's rights, the whole reason that I voted for Trump is because I've been following what's going on in the trans spaces. I'm almost sick and tired of hearing lesbians being called transphobic because they understand there's genital preference. I'm a little sick of dudes being told they're transphobic because they don't want to mess around with my shit down there or any other trans girl shit. I'm tired of this notion that people keep putting out there that somehow trans is the new dogma and everybody must be some form of trans. I'm absolutely floored seeing a picture of Leah and Riley standing next to each other, and how did we even get here? I think pretty fucked up that there are women getting, the R word in prisons because we're allowing people who just magically are trans, self-identified, to go in there. I don't like the precedence that it sets of the government paying and supplying HRT to prisoners, because at what point does that become forced? But really the thing that really just hits it for me is the young girls. And I'm sorry, but if you think that some of us who voted for Trump don't care about women's bodies, some of us are really concerned about the fact that every single young girl who's going through some sort of body angst because they're developing is getting funneled into this whole entire, well, you must be some sort of trans. And instead of people getting help and therapy, working through these things and understanding whether this is the correct course of action, they're getting funneled into these very warm, loving pockets of acceptance. And if you stray from that pocket of acceptance, it is utter hatred towards you. Do you think that children are going to want to be the outliers? So, there are a lot of feelings right now, but to just blindly say that everybody who voted for Trump is someone who hates women or all this other stuff, first of all, I just want to shut that down in that if you are saying that, then you're also of the same pool that says trans women are women at the same level of women are women. So why is my opinion and why am I self-hating then? Yeah, that doesn't add up, right? Because I gotta. So we're clearly talking about people with the Please stop thinking that everything is just so black and white. Like, for years, I said, I wish that people who support Trump would have just a conversation, a rational conversation where people aren't yelling, people aren't mad, people aren't spreading hateful things. Literally just sit there and walk through and read some of the things. That's impossible to have now, and it's not because of Trump supporters. I have been putting myself out there, subjecting myself to some of the most horrible attacks from people who are on the left and supportive of trans people, because I've been naysaying this for a couple months. And that's nothing compared to the onslaught of what I would consider real trans people standing up now and saying, this isn't right. This is not good. This is not correct what's happening. The amount of LGBTQ people who are not part of this trans dogma that are turning hard against it, we're not focused on women's reproductive because we're focused on the children getting fucked up. They're getting messed up. And that is part of the women's reproductive. And y'all are so off base. I don't care if you hate what he says. I don't care. He didn't do the freaking law that you think he did. It was Mitch McConnell. Why can we not just stop and have actual conversations? Literally, the left has become the right. In 2016, the insanity or whatever, the whole entire last 8 years I've spent laughing at Trump supporters who are freaking out. Y'all, it is the same exact thing right now. You all are not chilling out and looking at the whole entire thing. You're not even fundamentally understanding how women's reproductive rights could be restored. Because we can't do that. We can't re-overturn anything unless we have expansion of the court or an amendment to the Constitution, which both require pretty much all of Congress, pretty much full House, full Senate. The president was not the important vote here. That's not the one that mattered. I really wish that people would pause and spend as much time trying to learn and understand about people actually being hurt by these things and how our civic system work, as opposed to just reading posts online and resharing them. Sorry if this pissed you off, but y'all are as bad as the Trump cult in whatever that year was. I guess 20. You know what? It makes me really sad. It makes me really sad that some people are so closed-minded that they can look at one issue and use it to completely typecast every single person. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm pretty sensitive. I get pretty butthurt. I'm scared to go in the bathroom that's not the women's bathroom. Yet I freaking voted against my own interests because I actually care about your children. And I actually care about your body. And I actually care about lesbian sexuality. And I actually care about these things. And y'all are on this tinge to where if I voted for him, not me, anyone who voted for him, must be some horrible, horrible person. And that is just so unbelievably biased. And all that is doing is spreading hatred and divide. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. To people that know me, I'm not gonna block you or whatever. I'm not gonna debate you. And if you want to block me, that's fine. Hopefully in 4 years, I'm still talking to you. I don't know. I guess if we want to end the country, this is the best way. This is the best way. Let's get divided as we can. Can we please stop reacting to everything on social media like it is